What is up, everybody? It's your boy Doody back again with another video, and this time we're taking a look at our boy DSP daily rap video after a day of more wage quitting and, of course, Street Fighter nonsense on the night stream. That's right, our boy Phil played Clair, Obscur, and sadly for the second stream could not beat Simon. So, anytime Phil has some adversity, he's just gonna, just wash his hands of it and just walk away. And apparently that's what he's doing now with Simon over here. So let's see what Phil had to say on the Daily Wrap.
Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Tuesday. I almost forgot the day. The 20th of January, 2026. Now, today was an interesting day because we had a couple things going on, and based on how things went with certain things, it would actually determine the future of certain streams and the like. So let's talk all about that because I want to let you know how everything went, particularly with Clair Obscur as well as with Street Fighter 6. All right. So here's what happened today. First off, we did a fun level 1 podcast, and there was a lot to talk about today, including ideas for new games. And here's the truth. There's so many new games possible that I could check out that I really couldn't narrow it down. And so what we've determined is that this coming Thursday night on a late night stream, instead of this being like a dedicated stream where I play one game and we start a playthrough, we're going to do a tryout night. What that's going to be is for the first hour, I'm going to play an indie game for the first half hour, another indie game for the second half hour, and then for the second hour of the night, I want to play Hollow Knight 1. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to actually do 3 games one night, see how they go. If it goes well and we find a game, great, we'll keep it for the rotation. And if not, well, maybe we'll try again. But that's what we're going to do Thursday night. And we already have a bunch of games added to my wish list that we have as candidates to try out on that night. So it's going to be fun. Plus, for the first time, I'm going to now be playing Hollow Knight on this controller rather than on that Xbox Pro controller that I was using back when I was playing Silksong. So we'll see if this controller is any better for playing Hollow Knight. This is the Razer Wolverine Pro, the Razer Wolverine Pro. That's right. Okay, so after we determined that, we covered a lot of different news, including the announcement.
Okay, well, I'm gonna stop it there. So, yes, again, this is a symptom of Phil. This is a problem Phil created, and now he has to try to figure out a solution. Now, the reason why he has to play these multiple indie games is because there are no other games. He's wage quit how many games so far this year in 2026, and especially on God, I lost count on how many he wage quit on 2025. So he's stuck with what? Arc Raiders, Street Fighter, which is how old already? Almost 4 years old. Street Fighter is what, 3 years? He has to bring back COD, and he's playing RimWorld. How long until he quits RimWorld because support's slow? I mean, the last stream he barely had that many viewership. He did hit the goal because one dent came in and dropped some support. But how soon will he be quitting RimWorld? And how soon will people get tired of Street Fighter? Really, again, Phil. This is all because of your making, because you can't commit to something. I mean, it's so bad that he's doing Lego night today. Well, he's doing Lego day because he has nothing else going for him. He literally has nothing else to do on his stream. So what does he do? He has to repurpose something that, of course, didn't succeed previously. I mean, he wage quit Legos because no one was watching and supporting. So now because he thinks he has a new desk, and he has a new camera angle, and he has better lighting, and he has background music, that now it's going to save the business. I'm sorry, Phil. It's just not going to work out for you, man. I'm going to watch it because I want to see you fumble through like a 1,000-piece Lego set and see how long this takes you. It's literally going to probably take him like 10 weeks just to get that shit done. Because, of course, he's old, he's blind, and he's slow. He is. But again, this is all of his making because he everything has to hit a certain goal. If the stream isn't hitting 150, then that game's gonna get sent to ban. And again, Phil, this is your making, no one else. No one tells you to wage quit these games. Some of these games, are boring, but some of them are pretty good. Some of them are pretty good, and you didn't need to wage quit it. There should be no reason why, Phil, you've wage quit Call of Duty 3 times. There should be no reason why you stop playing Battlefield 6. 2 pretty okay games that should get you good amount of content, engagement, and support. Something that you can something you can work with. You know what I mean? Like maybe squad up with some of your dents. How many years have people been saying that, and you refuse to do that? Anyway, let's keep going. I mean, you know where this is gonna go. Arc Raiders is gonna be next, because he already laid the groundwork down that he'll wage quit games if he's constantly doing the same thing, like quarantine. He used that excuse and said, well, there's nothing more to do in quarantine. It's the same game loop over and over again. Well, technically, Phil, the way you're playing Arc Raiders, that that could be, you could say the same thing about arc raiders. So how soon until you decide that that's not financially viable and you're going to wage quit that? Good Lord, man. Well, I'm telling you, 2026 has been pretty great when it comes to watching Phil squirm to make money. It's been pretty interesting to watch.
Announcement of the new Life is Strange game that's coming out at the end of March. We also talked about GameStop closing over 400 stores across the United States and completely downscaling, seemingly starting to show the signs of possibly the end. And I talked about Wings of Redemption, who had basically been talking junk on his stream about me, saying that I had cost him money. Well, I had something to say about that. So there was a lot to talk about on today's Level 1 podcast. If you missed it, I strongly recommend that you give it a look. It actually turned out a really great show, and people really seem to like it. And so I hope that you will give it a look.
Okay, what I do want to say is that if you have a time, I posted a video yesterday. It was 22 minutes long. I'll include it on the back end of this on this video. You'll see it pop up. It was a clusterfuck. Like last week, he had this rant and rave where he had this LTG nuclear whatever the hell podcast that he did, where everyone in the internet, he managed to unite the entire internet to, against him. And I think he did the same thing yesterday, attacking Wings of Redemption. The man literally has never had any real friends. He doesn't understand how people talk. He doesn't understand how the internet works. The man's an utter idiot. Essentially, what he decided to do was shit all over Wings of Redemption because he made a comment on his podcast about how Phil cost him $1,000. And he said it in a joking manner. Like, oh yeah, Phil doesn't want to, agree to do a Lolcow live podcast with me, LTG, and Wings, so he cost me $1,000. He's not literally saying you cost him $1,000, you fucking moron. Again, man, this guy, he's so fucking literal about everything. But again, this was all just trying to farm content, trying to farm drama. And the lovely part was that the entire chat, his viewers, his supporters, his LARPers, everyone gave him shit for it. And all he did was he did the same thing when he did the LTG, when he did that LTG drama content last week. He basically just banned everyone under the sun for being toxic. No, Phil, they weren't being toxic. They were being honest, and they were telling you how you sounded and how you looked, and how you looked petty. How everyone defended Wings of Redemption. Only DSP can manage to give Wings of Redemption, LTG, Review Tech USA a W. The only man. I mean, Cyrax better send him a DM and start messaging him so that he can shit all over it, so that Phil can shit all over Cyrax, so that Cyrax can get a W. Because I think at this point, Phil is so fucking toxic that if he started talking shit about Cyrax, people would feel sympathetic for the fucking PDF. Good Lord, Phil. Again, if you're ever in trouble, hire Phil to shit on you so that, the world and the internet can give you a W. Seriously. I mean, if you rob somebody, if you created espionage, if you whatever, you committed a high crime, shit on DSP so he can react about you, and you might get some positive pub, because the man is so hated that anything he decides to crap on, everyone else with common sense will back you. Good God, man. And that's what we had here. Again, Phil, just ridiculous, man. The man is just ridiculous. He really should stop doing drama content. As much as I don't want to cut the content and tell Phil, for his own good, like if I was his friend, right, and I was advising Phil, I would tell Phil, stop the drama content. Pick it up, don't mention it, stay away from the tractors, don't talk about the tractors, don't hyper focus, just do your fucking pity gameplay, beg like the e-beggar you are, and then just be happy and content that you can manage to eke a living out of streaming, okay? And just, wait till the day that you either retire or that you die, okay?
Now, tonight's late stream. Oh, I was wondering what this was. This is half of my footrest. You might be looking at it like, why on earth does Phil have half of his footrest behind him? Because tonight's late stream was Street Fighter 6. The idea of tonight's late stream was that we were going to test and see if I play Street Fighter 6 ranked, people will come back, hang out, engage, and support the content. I was very curious to see what would happen if I did it outside of Friday Night Fights. The premise was that I was going to take Lily, the character who I'm pretty good with, but is really low tier in the game, and take her from 1-star diamond and rank her up in ranked matches to see if we could get to master, okay? So I'm not going to spoil. I'm just going to say this. This was one of the best Street Fighter 6 nights ever. And I mean it. I even mean compared to back in the day when I was playing Street Fighter 6 like 3 years ago at its launch. This was by far, we had a kicking audience. The audience was loving it. They were rowdy both on YouTube and on Kick. We had great attendance, great engagement, and absolutely outstanding support. And the gameplay was way higher level than I expected. All I'm going to say is one of the best nights I've ever had in Street Fighter 6. Seriously, not exaggerating. It was amazing. I never expected in my wildest dreams that the night was going to go like that. So, pretty darn good. And I'm happy that I did it for sure. Because now I know people are into Street Fighter 6. They want to see me continue to play it. They want to see me get good at it again. In fact, people really want to see me use new characters. And so I made the agreement with everyone that if tonight went well, that next week I would do a daytime stream where we play Street Fighter 6 as an early stream and pick a new character. We're doing it next week. 100% guaranteed. I think it's going to be Tuesday. And it's either going to be Sagat or Sea Viper. I just don't know which yet. I'm not sure. But I can tell you no matter what it is that we do, it's probably going to be a hell of a lot of fun. So, outstanding stream. If you like Street Fighter 6 and you want to see some great gameplay and content, you're going to want to tune in to the videos as they go live tonight. Literally, I was blown away. I never expected it was going to go that good, okay? And before people say, oh, Phil only fought scrubs, actually, that's not the case at all. That's all I'm going to say. No spoilers, but actually, there were some really, really interesting, good matches in there. So, good stuff. I hope that you'll check it out, and I hope that Street Fighter 6 will...
He literally, I'm pretty sure he fought scrubs, and anyone that actually gave him a lick of competition, he called them trolls and stream snipers and blocked them. I'm pretty sure. I didn't watch any of it, but I'm pretty sure that's how it went. That's how it went. This guy is just amazing. Everything is transactional with this fucker. Everything that he does in his life is transactional. Regardless of the relationship, what he's doing, it doesn't matter. It's just fucking transactional. This is what I will do for you if you commit to do this for me. You know what I mean? You would think that this man, who's considered, his bread and butter, as he likes to say, is Street Fighter fighting games, you would think that he would be biting at the bit to do more Street Fighter content. At least do it once a week, regardless of how much of a fucking scrub you are. But of course, because, Jack Raxter can't manage to fork out $25 every time he streams, he needs to quit the fucking game. Because he rages out and so many people make compilation videos, he has to, rage quit it. Because Raw Phil and Piece of Peace and the other detractors that go in there and just stomp him with Cammy, Phil can't take that. His little ego and pride can't handle that. No. Anyway, I'm not gonna watch the rest of it. That's pretty much it, folks. Yesterday was some pretty shitty content, just like pretty much everything Phil does. I'll attach a video of him going off for 22 minutes about LTG, Wings of Redemption, and more nonsense. I mean, even literally said that if he would have taken up PPP's offer to go to Florida, that he probably would have ended up either dead or his organs harvested. Really, he literally said that. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.